And the way he describes it, he read it and wept, describes it as a piercing spear through the heart moment where he really started thinking about the impact of his company and it was having on the environment. And up until that point, all he had thought about was just making sure there's enough stuff coming through to make what we need. But it's that take, make, waste. Interface was his third child behind his two daughters. And he started thinking about, well, what's this legacy I'm going to be leaving behind? Take, make, waste. So he thought, okay, we're going to set out and we're going to be more sustainable. We're going to show the entire industrialized world how this can be done. And we're going to achieve it by the year 2000. It was a little aggressive at the time. But it was a struggle. We could go from being a petrochemically intensive company using oil to make all the things that we do, and we could switch over to cotton and jute right away, maybe some wool, and we'd have to get another billion sheep on the earth to do that, but that's not sustainable. And we'd go out of business pretty quickly because the products wouldn't perform. So for many years, it took us a while to figure out how to balance environment and business needs. And what we found is that sustainability is actually very, very good business. When you start to eliminate waste, and when you start to redesign your processes to unhook yourself from the oil well, there are very, very good things that happen. We've now recorded over $500 million of avoided costs through sustainability initiatives. And we completely believe that in the dot-com crash of the 2000s, when our business was 95% corporate office, that we would have been out of business had it not been for sustainability. And over the years, we found that as we get closer to nature and natural systems and the way natural systems build and think, as it relates to running our plants or developing products, they are some of the best products that we've ever developed. And the marketplace has responded to that. So again, closed-loop processes are one thing. That's the whole thing people talk about, cradle to cradle. But it's actually a very small percentage of the environmental impact of the company is the raw materials. Actually, the majority of that is the actual raw material process and flow, or actually extracting the oil out of the ground. So we've really innovated it from a manufacturing perspective. Here in Europe, where we have our European headquarters in the Netherlands, we've completely taken that facility to zero. We call it the Sturpenzeel to Zero project, where right now we are just at about 100% green energy, green electricity, and green gas from a plant just about 30 miles away that's digesting fish waste and coffee waste to power our facility. Our greenhouse gas from our baseline in 1996, yes, baseline and auditing matters, is down 95%. There is zero waste coming out of that facility that's not being recycled or repurposed, and our water use is down virtually to zero at this point. So major advancements there. And when you start to unhook yourself from the oil well, that's when the